and today we are going to be talking about a conversation that's having a lot of opinions right now in our day and age. So we are going to talk about the conversation regarding AI in the workplace. Thank you for coming and sitting on this panel, to our panelists, and I would like to introduce each and every one of them. We have Nico, who is Nico Mercado, who's an IBM Deep Q&A specialist. Next to him, we have Mateo Zecco, who is a engineer at MIT. Next to Mateo, we have Carolina Hernandez, who is a healthcare professional. And next to Carolina, we have Daniel Garza, who's a professor of computer science at the University of Texas in Austin. With that being said, I would like to thank again for our audience for coming out and listening to this panel. One of the things we wanted to emphasize with this panel is starting the conversation regarding why it's important and having different perspectives within the conversation. At this time, I would like to say that I have been doing panels at St. Edward's University for the last 8 years regarding different topics, and I'm very excited for this one because it's such an interesting conversation. At this time, I would like to remind the audience to please silence their cell phones, and we are allotting 5 minutes at the end of the conversation for questions and answers. I'd also like to address our panelists and let them know that we have about 1 minute and 25 seconds for each response. Please don't interrupt each panel. We want to make sure each one of y'all are heard. So if you could please keep your answers short and precise. With that being said, our first question for the panelists is what the position is regarding the topic, which is artificial intelligence within the workplace, starting with Nico.
Yes, as Melita mentioned, my name is Nico, and I am for artificial intelligence in the workspace because I believe that it will make our lives more efficient and do a lot of jobs that most humans don't like doing anyways. Artificial intelligent machines can find faster and better solutions to many problems across the different fields of studies. If you see today, they've already made positive contributions to the medical field, data analysis, and in the classroom, just to name a few, by being able to learn from its own actions and the data stored in it. Artificial intelligent machines can come up with its own conclusions to various problems and
Thank you. Same question for you as well. What is your position regarding artificial intelligence within the workplace?
Hello everyone, my name is Mateos. I believe that artificial intelligence is going to make our lives so much easier and more enjoyable. I think it can make the world a better place. Also, a recent study conducted by the MIT Technology Department revealed that artificial intelligence can address problems in a global scale such as climate change and poverty. And recently many companies have been investing in this area. For example, SpaceX and Tesla have recently joined efforts, and they created a nonprofit called OpenAI, which dedicates to developing artificial intelligence for the unique benefit of humanity. And I believe that we should keep innovating technologies because that's what we've been doing in our past, and that's how we raised our standards of living in our present. And also I believe that AI has the capability of addressing a lot of problems that we face in the present as well as problems we might face in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mateos. Carolina, would you care to explain why your position is regarding AI in the workforce?
Thank you, Melly. Like Melly said, my name is Carolina, and I am against the implementation of artificial intelligence in the workplace for the following reasons. And it's that AI has very much a high cost when it's incurred, and so there's always a concern of maintenance and repair, and so this can get to be very pricey in the long run. Additionally, from a healthcare perspective, there is also the issue of that is the highest priority, which is patient satisfaction. And I believe that in order to achieve that, human interaction is very vital as people are able to perform on a case-by-case basis.
Thank you so much, Carolina. Daniel, could you please also explain why your position is regarding artificial intelligence in the workplace?
Thank you. Hello, fellow San Edward students. As Melina mentioned, my name is Daniel, and I'm against artificial intelligence due to the fact that the implementation of this intelligence could lead to the increment of job loss as well as diminishing the human abilities. With the introduction of intelligent machines that could perform human tasks in an accurate, fast, and cheap way, the rate of jobs it could be climbing. Ever since the introduction of machinery in the factories, the job loss have been rising. Also, lateral thinking and multitasking abilities from humans have been diminishing, may diminish by the fact that people are using machines in order to perform different jobs.
I think I'll have to cut you off. I'm so sorry about that. But moving on to your next question, we can finish the question off. Our next question is for two of our panelists, and the question is, what would be the impact of AI in the actual workforce? And I would like Nico and Carolina to answer this question, starting with Nico.
Yes, so jobs is a main concern. So short term, I do believe that jobs will be lost, but a goal at IBM is for AI to be used as a tool to make jobs easier. So we aren't necessarily trying to take away jobs from humans, but their normal workload will be significantly reduced. The rise in AI will lead to an increase in productivity, and this will eventually lead to an expansion in our economy, which then will lead to a rise in new job opportunities and fields that we have never even discovered yet. Yes, there will be jobs long-term in fields that we may not have predict at the moment. If you look back at the start of the 20th century, no one could have predicted that the rise of the IT industry and the amount of jobs that came with it. According to Google, there was about 50,000 full-time newly employed employees for the IT industry at the start of the 20th century. So AI will bring a lot of positive changes to the world, and long-term humans will have jobs still. So that is why I am for AI in the workforce.
Thank you so much, Nico. The same question for Carolina. What will be the impact of AI in the workforce?
Right, so to give an example, it's that according to the Financial Times, in countries like Japan and Singapore, they have went ahead and taken AI a step further. And they have done this in order to address the dire need that they have for a workforce, while still respecting the firm restrictions that they have on importing foreign workers. So these countries have taken AI and implemented them into their workforce. So when you think about it, essentially these AI have been replacing what could be an influx of workers coming into other countries. Additionally, there is a report by a professor at Rice University, and he says that as AI progresses, we will eventually be able to outperform people. So he addresses this concern that people are still way more competent than AI, and that they're able to bring in originality, adaptability, and creativity into a workplace.
Thank you so much, Carolina. Moving on to our third question, actually. This is for Daniel and Mateos, and the question is, how will AI impact our future moving forward? If you could, please, Mateos, answer this question first.
Yes. Thank you, Melina. I believe that AI is our future, and we cannot avoid that. Since the beginning of civilization, we invented writing, we created steam machines, and then cars, and then smartphones. and I think that AI is the next step we must take. One of the areas that AI will deeply have an effect on is space exploration, and according to NASA, space exploration is not possible without the help of robots, because humans will never survive under such conditions. Also, I believe that in the long term, our entire workforce will be different. We'll move into an era of extremely fast innovation and production. And I think that if humans and robots, AI, can work together, combining human creativity and the ability of robots to work without any rest, we can achieve great things that are considered to be impossible today. And that is why I am for implementing AI in the workforce.
Thank you so much, Mateos. The same question for Daniel, and it's how will AI impact our future moving forward?
Thank you, Malina. I believe that artificial intelligence in the United States will affect in the loss of many jobs. According to the United States Census Bureau, the majority of our jobs are monotonous jobs, such as truck driving, as well as pretending import and export, as well as the mass production of goods. That given the fact that those are monotonous jobs, the implementation of artificial intelligence will compete against human intelligence, and that way the AI will win against human intelligence. Other than that, I believe that artificial intelligence is
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for that, but I think we kind of have a sense of where you stand on this conversation. I would like to thank the audience again for joining us for this panel. It's a very interesting conversation. It's extremely relevant regarding the future of where the workforce is heading. We have heard from the panelists, and I want to thank all of y'all for coming out and taking time out of your busy schedules for coming and discussing this interesting conversation and giving us your different perspectives. In conclusion, we've heard from these very, very qualified panelists, and in summation, like Nico was for the advancement as long as it's used as a great tool. Carolina is against it, but in the sense that it will ultimately kind of take away from the conversation regarding the personal side in the healthcare profession. It would take away the human aspect of service. Mateos is for it regarding space exploration and the advancement of where we're heading next in the next 20 years. And Daniel is against it due to the potential decrease in the workforce within the United States and abroad. Again, we would like to thank our panelists, and at this point in time, we will open the floor for questions. If anybody has a question, please raise your hand and we can address them. Yes?
Hi, yeah, so my question is, don't you think that with the usage of intelligent machines, people could have more time to perform more important tasks?
Thank you. I think I'll give this question for Daniel. So Daniel, for those of you who didn't hear, the question was, do we think that the usage of intelligent machines could have more time to perform important tasks?
Thank you very much for the question. It's an excellent question. Well, yes, it is possible, but the real question could be, what kind of tasks could they be focusing on? I mean, most of the time we spend our daily lives at jobs, and that makes most of the time we spend our daily lives in our jobs, and that makes us think about how to improve our society. Other than if we get machines do our jobs, we stop thinking and we stop being curious about life, and that stop us from achieving great things.
Thank you so much. Does anybody else have a question? Yes?
For the panelists who are in favor of AI, how do they expect to deal with the social repercussions of implementing AI in an economy who is predominantly laborious, I guess? Yeah. If you catch my drift.
Yes, okay, so this question I'll give off to Mateos and for Nico. So how do you think the labor force will be impacted regarding AI?
I'll answer that. Thank you for your question. As we mentioned before, I believe that in the short term, yes, jobs will be lost, but we never know where we're headed in the long term, and I think that if we increase production in such levels with artificial intelligence, we can discover new fields that we've never even thought about before. So I think that in the long term, we will be able to replace the jobs lost on the short term.
Thank you. Nico, would you care to comment?
I would just have to agree with Mateos. I feel that like you could see it from like a revolutionary standpoint. I think AI will revolutionize our world completely. So the economy will be completely different. Like you said, a laborious workforce, it'll be completely changed in the future. So yeah, we just have to wait and see.
Thank you. Does anybody else have a question? We have time for one more. Yes?
Yeah, what are some prime examples of how AI has improved workflow in today's society?
So Nico, I think I'll give you this question as well. So regarding workforce and the flow, how does AI affect our society?
Yeah, so each day there are over 8,000 new clinical trials and cancer research studies that show up online every single day. And that is a lot of data for a normal human being to get a hold of, digest it, and come up with solutions. At IBM, we have IBM Watson, who can read about 1 million books per second, and it never forgets. So, and by the machine learning algorithms used in IBM Watson, it can come up with its own conclusions based on what it already knows. So I feel like in that aspect, we are finding faster solutions to different types of diseases. IBM Watson also has been used as a TA for the at Georgia Institute of Technology. So this helps teachers find better ways to contribute to the classroom while their students are getting enough attention and getting their questions asked by IBM Watson.
Thank you so much. At this point, this concludes the question and answer portion of this panel. Again, I want to thank the audience and the panelists for coming out. St. Edward's always hosts different types of panels regarding different conversations such as these, so please check your email or Student News to see what our next panel is. Thank you again for coming out, and